Jerry Smith is a central character in the animated television show Rick and Morty. He is Beth's husband, Morty and Summer's father, and Rick Sanchez's son-in-law. Jerry is defined by his insecurity, reliance on external validation, and a persistent need to prove his worth. Jerry serves as a counterbalance to the chaotic and often nihilistic tone of the show. His conventional, almost banal perspective on life provides a stark contrast to the extremity of worldviews of the other characters.
This is Earth Radio, and now here's human music.
Human music. I like it.
His actions and decisions, usually driven by fear and a desire for stability, often create situations that lead to some of the show's most absurd and funny moments. He is frequently the butt of jokes, but his character also brings a certain groundedness to the series. His presence emphasizes the absurdity of the world Rick operates in, while also highlighting the more human aspects of the family's dynamic. Within the Smith family, Jerry's role is multifaceted. On one hand, he is often seen as the weakest link, a source of frustration for Beth, an embarrassment for Summer, and a disappointment to Morty.
Dad, I want to say something. I started today disgusted and embarrassed to be your son, and then later I thought we were going to die because you're a loser.
There's no more, is
Nope.
there?
Now quit fucking up and let's go.
His lack of ambition and frequent failures make him an easy target for criticism. However, Jerry does contribute in his own way. He genuinely cares for his family and often tries, albeit unsuccessfully, to be a good husband and father. His love for Beth is sincere, though it's often expressed through clinginess and insecurity.
If something were to happen to you, or if you were to leave me or be unfaithful, I would die. Literally. Probably by my own hand.
Okay.
While his attempts to guide and protect his children frequently backfire, they stem from a genuine place of concern. It's quite interesting to see how his role in the family evolved from the pilot episode, where he had a more authoritative role, being a source of mild consequence, to one that is now often dismissed. Jerry's flaws are numerous and form the crew of his character. His insecurity is perhaps his most defining trait, leading him to constantly seek validation from others, particularly from Beth and Rick. This insecurity fuels his jealousy and competitiveness, especially towards Rick, whom he sees as a rival for Beth's affection. Jerry is also indecisive and prone to cowardice, often avoiding responsibility and making poor decisions out of fear. His lack of ambition and general ineptitude make him feel inadequate, which in turn perpetuates a cycle of self-pity and failure. Jerry embodies moral ambiguity, though in a different way than characters like Rick. While Rick's moral ambiguity comes from his intellectual and existential explorations, Jerry's moral grayness stems from his weakness and insecurities. He often makes decisions that are self-serving or harmful to others, not out of malice, but out of fear and desperation. His moral ambiguity lies in his inability to consistently do the right thing, even when he knows what that is, because his fear and insecurity hold him back.
I really have to get out of this soul bond.
Oh my God!
Dad?
Dog! Yeah, no
Obviously.
kidding!
Can you guys help me?
What? How?
Can I just tell her it's because of my kids? You know, like you don't like the shape of her head, or...
That's you, Dad. That's you. You're a baby and an idiot.
Okay, I think that's been established, Summer. Now help me!
First, I want you to admit that you're a closet racist, a beta male sexist, and you dragged everyone into a horrible situation by only thinking of yourself.
Okay.
Despite his many flaws, Jerry does have some redeeming qualities. His love for his family, while often misguided, is genuine. He's not as intellectually or emotionally nuanced as the other characters, but this simplicity allows him to occasionally see things more clearly, especially when others are blinded by their own ambitions or delusions. Jerry's persistence, though often comical, shows that he is not completely devoid of strength. He may lack the intelligence and cunning of Rick or the independence of Beth, but his emotional vulnerability and honesty make him a more relatable and human character. Jerry's character teaches us about the pitfalls of insecurity and the importance of self-acceptance. His constant need for validation leads him to make poor choices and strains his relationship with his family. His struggles highlight the dangers of measuring one's worth against others, especially those who are fundamentally different. His character also serves as a reminder that everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and that true contentment comes from embracing who you are rather than trying to be someone you're not. In summary, Jerry Smith is a character whose flaws and occasional strengths contribute significantly to the dynamic of Rick and Morty. He represents the everyman, flawed, insecure, but ultimately relatable. Through Jerry, the show explores themes of self-worth, insecurity, and the human need for validation, making him an essential part of the narrative despite his often comedic role. Made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the time you've taken to interact with my video. Please subscribe for more essays, and I'll catch you in the next one.